Have you ever painted with watercolors only to find that your paint looks extremely washed out or even heavy and almost like acrylics? Well, I've got a really simple method for you to figure out how to get your water to paint ratio right every time. Super simple and stress-free. Hi, I'm Brett Blumenthal, and this is my channel where I discuss techniques and tips for watercolors. If you're interested in learning how to paint with watercolors, go ahead and subscribe so that you're up to date on all of my videos and lessons. Okay, with that, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to use a method called tea to butter, and it's something that's used by a lot of artists to essentially get a strong understanding of how a paint will work with how much water it's mixed with. And so this is a method that you can use across many colors, but we're going to use indigo today because it has a lot of strength to it, and this kind of exercise works really well with it. So I have 5 different squares drawn over here, and I'm going to label each one. So this is tea, this is coffee, this is milk, this is cream, and this is butter. And each of these represent how much water is mixed with the paint. So I'm going to get my round brush. This is just an old round brush. Get some water on the brush, and I'm going to take some of the indigo and put it in here. And what I'm looking for is a consistency that acts like what you might think is like tea. So it's going to be very watery, and it should move in the palette as if it's water. And so that's still a little thick. So we're going to add some more water. And that's a lot more like water than, or a lot more like tea than before. So it has a lot of movement, and that tells you it's like tea. So we're going to take that and we're going to fill in our first square. Okay, now we're going to add a little more paint to it so that the mixture is a little thicker, and that is going to be like coffee. So this is still moving quite a bit. So we're going to add some more paint, and that is thicker. That's a little bit more like coffee. We're going to take some of that and fill in the next square. Great. The next is a milk consistency. So imagine drinking milk. Your milk glass has milk in it, and when you drink, some of the milk gets stuck on the sides. That is sort of the consistency we're looking for. This is a little too thick, so I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. And it's such a dark color that it doesn't really have a lot of transparency the more thick the paint is. But I'm going to go with this because our next one is going to be even thicker. So you can see each level of thickness produces a darker shade or value of the paint. Okay, the next value we want is to get a consistency that's much like cream. So this is really going to be thick, but it's still going to have movement. Get a little bit more. So that's pretty good. You can see again, it's getting darker because it's a thicker consistency, and so the value is a lot darker. The last value is our butter, and that is literally what comes straight out of the tube with very little, if any, water. And I'm just going to paint that, and you can see it doesn't glide against the paper so well. It's kind of like butter on a toast. So you're getting a very thick consistency here, and it's very dark. So this is our tea to butter method, and this is how we can study how much water to paint will give us the values that we want. The less paint and the more water, the lightest the value. Without any water on this scale is a butter value, and that's going to be a very thick paint. So if you use this method and apply it to a variety of different colors, you'll start to get a real sense for how much water you need to get the right color value that you want. Well, thanks again for watching, and if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe and like it down below. And of course, be sure to check out my resources and the next video. Keep calm and watercolor on.